Briterion Collection is back, biatches. Sports wrap up, especially NBA. I'm your host Kevin. This is my boy Kris.
Yo,
How you living, Kris?
not so good.
Yeah, you're a big Celtics guy, right?
Yep, I am. That was painful. That was painful last night to watch that game. It hurt me. It hurt me. It did. It hurt my
Yeah,
heart,
man.
my green heart.
I'm sorry. So, yeah, Knicks won game one at Boston Gardens, whatever the hell you want to call it, TD Gardens, T-Mobile Garden, whatever the fuck. Yeah, Knicks won game one. But, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, I think people are shocked just in general that they won a game because they lost like all year against the Celtics, like like Celtics were 4-0 all season, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think people are just shocked by that fact. But I mean, I knew it was going to be, I knew the Knicks were at least going to win one game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. When the playoffs start, that's when the irony begins. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, that's why I'm not that surprised that they at least took a game. Um, we'll see what happens. I'm sure the Boston will make adjustments. It
Hope
doesn't
so.
help losing Porzingis with some mysterious illness that he has. But yeah, they shot like shit, right?
They couldn't. There was a lid on the rim or whatever they said.
Yeah,
They could not fucking score to save their lives. They kept going to the three. This is like new plan. Nobody's making the fucking three. Drive to the hoop. Use your bodies. You got a bunch of big boys in there who can drive. And
yeah,
the New York, credit to New York. New York played excellent defense on them on the perimeter. They were getting in their face. They weren't getting any open shots, which the Celtics, that's how they thrive.
right.
But they even the open shots weren't going in. Nothing was falling for them
No,
except for my patience, I guess. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, well,
your good cholesterol went down. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens the rest of the series. I mean, yeah, if the Knicks plan on winning this series, yeah, it was good that they won game one. I mean, we'll see where it goes from here. Brunson did a good job.
yep.
Yeah, when the Celtics had a 20-point lead, I was like, okay, Knicks lost this. I was like, I might as well move on with the rest of my day. But I kind of kept an eye. I was watching the Yankee game at the same time, and that was in a rain delay, Yankees Padres. And so I went back and I checked on the Knicks, and I was like, what the hell? Like, how the hell did this get so close all of a sudden? It was like 6 point. It was only a 6 point lead. It was like went from 20 to 6. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they somehow just crept back into it, and they hit some big threes, near the end of regulation. That's what really tied it up, and it ended up going to overtime. And yeah, Celtics kind of choked because they're at home, and like I was trying to tell you, I feel like home field advantage. It's not that important in basketball anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Celtics are great at home and shit like that. They got the luck of the leprechaun, whatever the fuck. But I just feel like it's not as important anymore. Maybe at one point in time it was, but I don't know. I just feel like it's not that important anymore. Players have evolved, beyond location of where they play. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but we'll see where the series goes. I'll go out on a limb and I'll say Knicks, Knicks in seven.
Just one
Yeah,
game, Kevin.
it is. It is just one game.
They're just getting warmed up. The Celtics had Orlando last round, and they did not give them any competition. And New York
Right.
got a nice, healthy, robust Detroit team that gave them a good fight. So I feel like they weren't really prepared to play the Knicks. Maybe they got like too much on vacation from the,
Yeah.
the Magic, a little too much sunbathing in Florida, a little too much time off, and now this is reality. I think they're gonna bounce back, and they're gonna brutalize them in the next game for sure. And I think it'll go game seven too because Knicks are a great team, and Brunson is really hitting in all cylinders. But I think in the end, it'll be the Celtics. They'll pull it out somehow. They'll get a game in Madison Square Garden, and we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, all
Yeah.
those haters on the Knicks, watch more basketball because they're a great team. They're not gonna lie over. They're gonna fight. They're a
Yeah.
fighting team. I like their spirit. I like their spunk. I
Yeah.
like their heart. But I hate them right now.
But you hate Josh Hart.
I want I want him to rip out Brunson's heart is what I want. I want Derek White to stuff him, but he did it. He's Mr. Clutch. He won the
Yeah,
game. Good job, Knicks. You got your one game away. So next,
yeah,
I'm bitter.
yeah.
I
Sure
need
you
to
are.
go beat my head on the wall right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just feel like it's hard to repeat nowadays. Um,
Yep.
in almost any sport, maybe especially baseball. Then maybe next is basketball. Then maybe next, I mean, after that, NFL. Because we've seen the Chiefs repeat a lot, and the Patriots repeated a lot. Seems like if you get that core in football and basketball, it's a little more possible. But we haven't seen it happen in the NBA since the Durant Warriors. So we'll see how it goes. It should be an interesting series. I feel like all the series are interesting right now. Warriors pulled it out against the Rockets.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Ass
Um,
whooping.
yeah, it was tight until the third quarter, and then they just pulled away. And yeah, then it ended up being like a 20 or 15, 17 point lead
Cream rose
at
to
the
the
end of
top.
it. Yeah, thanks again for that. Yeah, and so Warriors Timberwolves, and I'm picking Warriors. I just feel like the veteran leadership, the pedigree of the Warriors will win out. Ant Man will he'll turn into the small Ant Man now. You know what I'm saying? He was big Ant Man in the Lakers series, but now it's like phew, he'll go to the microscopic
I
size
think
in
Draymond's gonna
this.
shut his ass down a few times. I think he's gonna get a reality check there. Maybe Kaminga can get in there, mosh him up a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even post maybe. I don't.
Don't get too crazy now, Chris. But yeah, no, I think Draymond will give him an ass whooping. He wants to whip everyone's ass. He wants to whip Gobert's ass. He wants to whip Ant Man's ass. Wants to whip DiVincenzo's ass. Yeah, it should be fun. I mean, and that's the thing. At the All Star break, Draymond guaranteed a Warriors championship this year. He guaranteed it. So we'll see if his prophecy comes true.
That's right, guys.
Yeah, he did the last
I'm
hurrah.
hoping for the Warriors Celtics matchup again. I'm hoping for revenge.
Revenge. Yeah,
Plus, I love the Warriors. The Warriors are amazing.
yeah. That's probably your favorite
They're the
team from the West,
Showtime team.
right? Well, you like the Clippers, but Clippers are gone, right?
Yep, they blew it.
Thanks to the Nuggets of Denver. That was my prediction that Nuggets would win out, right?
The Nuggets barely got through. Yeah, that last game they
It was a
destroyed the
rout.
Clippers, but it was neck and neck the whole series. And it's
Yeah,
just two games that the Clippers could have won. Just could have gone either way. They just screwed it up. So
yeah.
I don't think the Nuggets are gonna. I think the Warriors will win the West. That's my prediction.
Um,
I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think Warriors are on a good hot streak. They're like back. They're like, okay, now we're back to our winning ways. Like we know what that feels like. And like I said before, Butler hasn't won one. You know what I'm saying? So he wants his ring. He's like, okay, all you guys won fucking rings. Where's mine now? You know what I'm saying? So
He's the X
he's
factor.
yeah,
They
exactly. He's
needed
the
him
one.
for defense and for that extra
Sure.
person to
Yeah,
fill in when Curry's on the bench. Now they got
yeah. He's the new Clay. I mean, he doesn't hit threes like Clay. I mean, Heald is there to do
yeah,
that.
killed it
But
too.
yeah, exactly. Killed it in that game seven against the Rockets. But just Butler, he's just so athletic. I mean, it would almost be, he's almost like a younger, I mean, I don't know if they're around the same age. Maybe he's a bit younger, a younger Westbrook, in the sense that like he's just really athletic. He's like their Westbrook on the Warriors.
Mhm.
Which makes me think, I almost feel like if Russ doesn't have a home next year, maybe he could go to the Warriors next year. That'd be interesting.
Yep.
He could be another spark plug, to help Butler. He'll be like the six man start sometimes, but he'll be the spark plug off the bench. So yeah, Warriors Timberwolves tonight, game one. I'm thinking Warriors will get this series. I think I'll even go out on a limb and say Warriors in five.
That's what I was gonna say. Five.
Yeah, you're gonna say that?
I think
Okay.
they're gonna.
Yeah, I think Ant-Man will have a reality check. He's gonna write checks that his ass won't cash, and Draymond will kick some ass literally in the in the series. Nuggets already won game one on the Thunder. I think yeah, just that veteran craftsmanship, the pedigree of Joker will win out. Youth youth is wasted on the young. You know what I'm saying? So the Thunder are still young. The Rockets are young. That's why the Rockets lost. And I could see the Thunder following that same fate. And then we could get a Joker Curry Western Conference Finals. That'll be interesting.
Great.
Yeah. The coachless Nuggets, or I mean, I guess Joker's the coach now. He's been, very vocal Jokic on the sidelines. He's picked up the baton. And I've been hearing a lot of like analysts and stuff. They've been saying, "Oh, these are the Nuggets post Malone, like the artist Post Malone." You know what I'm saying? Like post Mike Malone or whatever. So it's kind of funny. Pacers beat the Cavs in Game One. Um, Pacers are deep. They're peaking, as you say.
Yep.
Um,
Destroyed the Bucks. Destroyed them. It was
well,
horrible to
one
watch.
game, but yeah, that last game. I mean, Bucks should have had that choked at the last minute. But then again, this is a Doc Rivers team, so you can't expect too much from a Doc
Got to work on
Rivers team.
fundamentals. He fucking let the ball go through his legs. All he had to do was catch it, and the
Yeah.
Bucks would have won that game.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, guys,
Horrible.
you're professionals.
Yeah. I'm thinking Cavaliers will bounce back. I think everyone is like starting to get on the Pacers gravy train, but I think Cavs will, you know, I mean, I know they have some injuries, but I think they can still persevere. I'm thinking Cavs in 6 at the most.
I'll take Pacers in 7.
Okay. I think Donovan Mitchell will, he'll regroup, and I hope they win because I'm fucking tired of Halliburton's ass and his dad's ass, getting in people's faces like he got into the skirmish with Giannis. Giannis was like a transformer on him. He was like, like hovering over him, all pissed off on Halliburton's dad. And at the press conference, like, oh, like, did you know you're about to kick Halliburton's dad's ass? And he's like, I didn't even know that was Halliburton's dad's ass. You know what I mean? Like, it was just very interesting, awkward.
I don't think I've ever seen Giannis that pissed off. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him lose his cool like that to that point?
Maybe not to that point, but I don't blame him. Losing the fucking Pacers and some jackasses on the sidelines, He was just like, oh, I'm going to kill you. He looked like Optimus Prime, like ready to attack some measly human.
Giannis is a beast.
He's a beast. And,
260-pound Greek god beast.
Pure muscle.
He's pure solid.
I'm sure he could probably beat a fucking gorilla on his own. You know what I'm saying?
Far more athletic than a gorilla, I think. He's got the moves and he
Okay,
choke.
let's end this on this. Okay, 100 men versus a gorilla, silverback gorilla. What do you think? What do you see in that situation?
Oh, I think the gorilla takes it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking that too, but I saw some scientists saying, "Oh, I think the humans would win just from the sheer numbers. Like, that's way too many humans to have to take on. So even if the gorilla does beat the shit out of 10, 20 of them, there's still 80, 70 more that he has to beat the shit out of. I mean, he'll just run out of gas. Yeah. I would love to see a silverback gorilla beat the shit out of bunch of January 6th dudes. That would be
That
awesome.
would be great. Make it a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You come on down.
Get Logan Paul on the horn.
Get all the
for that.
UFC wannabes.
Yeah.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah. But then it might be it's animal cruelty, so we shouldn't endorse that. I'm all for Coco the gorilla. I love Coco the gorilla. In the baseball world, Yankees are sucking. That's the bad news. Good news is Red Sox are also sucking, so the Yankees are still in first place, even with all the sucking they've done lately.
Well, they're playing the Padres pretty soon, so
Yeah, they're playing now. They lost to him last night.
Wow. All right,
Yeah,
Padres. Way to go. That's
yeah.
a surprise.
I'm telling you, Yankees are just really sucking right now. I'm not a big Aaron Boone fan. He's the manager. If it was up to me, I would have canned him a long time ago. Probably never would have hired him in the first place, but having hired him, I would have canned him after his first, second year. I have a pretty short trigger button, I just, yeah, not that he's a horrible guy, but it just, I don't know, his shit just doesn't add up when he makes decisions to me. And Brian Cashman, I would have got rid of his ass a long time ago too. I just feel like every few years, at least five, like the longest tenure a GM should be like 10 years at the most. Ideally more like five. It's like we'll give you 5 years to figure out this team to win a championship. If you can't do it, we're getting someone else. You know what I'm saying? And you just need to rotate your people. So that's why I think the Yankees are scrubbing right now. But we'll see how it goes. Dodgers are doing really well. Still on top of the Padres, and Mets are doing good. We'll see how. I mean, the Mets and Yankees will be playing soon, Subway Series, so we'll see how that goes. The return of Soto to face his former team, and the other divisions. Who cares? No, Cubs. I like the Cubs, and they're doing pretty well. They're in on top of the NL Central. Um, yeah, and the other teams, there's a lot of surprising teams who are doing like Mariners are, I think, on top of the AL West. Um, yeah, the NL West, yeah, Dodgers, but it's like there's a lot of good teams there. You got the San Francisco Giants who rebuilt over the winter. Arizona Diamondbacks are pretty good. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Thanks for joining us on Briterion Election Sports. Thank you, Kris. Pleasure speaking with you.
Likewise.
Have a great day. See you next time.
Bah.
Peace.
Peace.